My name is Foster Gamble, and I have spent nearly a lifetime trying to figure out what happened that could account for the staggering agony and deprivation on this planet. I set out on a journey seeking to answer questions like, is it even possible for humans to thrive?
We're about to learn something amazing. It's something that will transform the Earth into something completely different.
Freedom on a level, like I say, that we can't even begin to imagine.
We're not only connected in the physical realm, but in a mental and spiritual way as well. Up until recently, humankind has always understood simply that they were connected only through their physical being. We assumed that the conscious experience, as well as all of the thinking, was totally 100% isolated from the rest of everyone else. The fact is, we're not.
Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. This isn't a metaphor or a stress relief technique. It means do it now and do it always. For the present moment is all that ever actually exists. He means for you to be in a state of rest, to assume the state of an inanimate object without thought for long enough that you may find the underlying order in the chaos of the mind.
Let's answer the biggest question here. What is the point of meditation? Spiritual enlightenment. And through that comes the elimination of suffering. This elimination comes with the understanding of a unity consciousness, which we talked about in Lesson 4. Realizing the oneness of all things. See, the traditional intent of meditation is not to eliminate suffering by lowering blood cholesterol or stress, but to eliminate suffering by shifting perspective.
Basically, meditation is a tool to liberate you from your own thoughts.
I think, therefore I am not. Only when the mind is silent, I am. When the mind is silent, you can connect fully with the core self. We are currently in a disharmonic state of being, but we are just about done with it. In doing so, we are moving into a new state of being. We are transferring from the second level of consciousness to the third, also called Christ consciousness. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, but not many people know what that means. Well, we're right here on the precession of the equinox, just about at point A. Remember, this is a really important time for us, not just humans, but all of Earth, and perhaps maybe our solar system. This is a chart showing the precession scale with our constellations. The astronomical sign that we see in the sky when we hit point A will be that of Aquarius. Are you ready for this, the big finisher? Can you guess when we're going to hit point A exactly? The Mayans figured it out. That evolution and creationism are just two sides of the same coin? Consciousness moves through different states of being, constantly moving closer and closer to divinity. We are moving into Christ consciousness. Which means not that Jesus is going to show up with a big A, but we are actually moving into the level of conscious understanding that Jesus had. It is the coming of Christ through the human species. Now who's pumped for 2012?
The present moment is all we have. It's all there is and all there ever will be. Most of us live trapped or lost in the movement of thought.
I wondered, who is it that's aware that I'm thinking? And suddenly I was thrown into this expansive, amazing feeling of freedom from myself, from my problems. I saw that I was bigger than what I do. I was bigger than my body. I was everything and everyone. I was no longer a fragment of the universe. I was the universe.
My whole world changed overnight.
This was a very intense, very fast awakening for me.
Of a spiritual awakening. Okay, hello YouTubers. Hope you're all doing well.
You tell somebody that you believe that there are angels that exist, and they look at you like you're crazy.
But this was my wake-up call.
An experience that happened.
And I would love to share with you my journey of spiritual awakening.
20 years ago it wasn't, even 15 years ago, but now it's become part of our culture.
Ascension symptoms.
And many people are having experiences and they don't know what they're called. They don't know what they are.
I need answers. My friends and family don't understand what I'm going through. I feel alive, glowing, lit up, so glad to finally care about life. I can feel energies now. Changes are occurring. new experiences. I realize that I'm more than just a body.
By the way, on out-of-the-body experiences, thousands of responses yielding incredible conclusions. 18,000 participants.
Your body is beginning to awaken. You are spiritually manifesting light.
Because we're not physical beings.
Always, I thought it was just a dream. Always, it's just a dream. And then I would dream the future, things would happen, and I'd say, oh, it's just my brain making things up, and I would always dismiss it.
But it was going too fast, and I shot out the top of my head. As soon as I shot out the top of my head, there was absolutely no fear. There was a complete sense of peace.
Right now, we're spiritually evolving, that when these changes occur, don't fight them.
I realize that the present moment is all there is. The past and the future are just thoughts in the mind.
I don't think there's anything more important than awakening and also knowing what your purpose is.
It happens when you look down and say, ah! Who is realizing that I'm thinking these thoughts? And why don't I have any more problems? An acute freedom, awareness, and bliss washes over the body in the moment of the realization that you are a spiritual being in a physical body having a human experience. And more people are remembering every day.
There is no physicality. There is no out there. Everything I'm looking at now out there is going on in here. The base information construct of this reality is it's information in wave form. Mind-body is the vehicle to experience this reality. That goes on the internet. Consciousness, the real us, observes, just like the World Wide Web, observes the internet through that vehicle. He said everything from the beginning, my birth, my ancestors, my children, my wife, everything comes together simultaneously. I saw everything about me and about everyone who was around me. I saw everything they were thinking now, what they thought then, what was happening before, what was happening now. There is no time. There is no sequence of events, no such thing as limitation of distance, of period, of time, of place. I could be anywhere I wanted to be simultaneously. I am, therefore I am. I am all that is, has been, and ever will be.
An elite group of people and the corporations they run have gained control over not just our energy, food supply, education, and health care, but over virtually every aspect of our lives.
The way the system of medicine is set up, medical education is funded by pharmaceutical companies.
We have a privately owned central bank system disguised as a government-owned system.
There is no other agency of government which can overrule actions that we take.
It gives them the ability to print money in a way that the insiders are protected and everybody else is trained.
No matter where you go in the world, he who controls the money controls the world.
The time has come to say enough. There is another way.
If you want alternative energy, you don't ask an oil economy to produce it for you. We have to produce it.
The power of the internet enables us to share the depth of this research.
There is an extraordinary, fierce group of people who are taking this on.
We can make a real difference right now.
The simple power of truth.
We're not nearly as insignificant in our impact as we think we are.
There is a force that's more powerful, and that's the power of the people.
We can create a world where people can thrive.
Control system, increasingly as the years pass and these truth vibrations get more powerful, we're going to see this control system come down because a new awareness is being breathed into this reality, and a control system based on suppression of awareness therefore cannot survive.